Just when you thought prisons have thought about everything, folks, they go ahead and they think about something else. And we're not talking about thinking about something that's going to make prison better for the prisoners or thinking about something that's going to help rehabilitate them more. No, folks. We're talking about some type of a way for the prisons to be able to make more money. And in this video, that is exactly what we're going to talk about. Folks, I was just made aware of this story by an awesome supporter of After Prison Show by the name of Becky Gurley. Special shout out to her, who posted in the After Prison Show fan page an article that says West Virginia inmates will be charged by the minute to read ebooks on tablets. Folks, if you ever needed a reason why not to read in prison, well, here's a perfect one right here. And what about for the guy who's not that strong of a reader or who doesn't read that fast like myself? You mean to tell me you about to charge me per minute to try to read a book that could potentially help me better myself? Sorry. I'm getting worked up over this article and we haven't even read but the headline so far. The tablets aren't supposed to replace regular books, but similar policies have led to restrictions on book donations and price gouging in other states. Yeah, and that's a damn good point that they bring up right there as well. You know, you hardly can get any books to read while locked up because they try to ban damn near everything for one reason or another. But if you want to read a book in the state of West Virginia, and they won't be the only state that does this, there'll be others if there's not already. If you want to read a book that is allowed, whatever book that might be, and you want to read it on a tablet, well, you're going to have to pay by the minute to be able to do so. I can guarantee you ain't nobody in prison in West Virginia going to be reading not one book on a damn tablet. They ain't about to spend their money to read. Inmates at several West Virginia prisons are getting free electronic tablets to read books, send emails, and communicate with their families. But there's a catch. There always is. In prison, for God's sake. Ain't nothing for free. Ain't nothing for free. Even the prisons have caught on to that. Any inmate looking to read Moby Dick, I don't know not one prisoner who's read that book, may find that it will cost them far more than it would have if they'd simply gotten a mass market paperback. I was trying to read slow to emphasize what it would be like for somebody who reads slow to try to read when you're getting charged by the minute. Can you imagine the pressure? Oh my God. It would have been cheaper to read the book in paperback because the tablets charge the readers per minute. Under a 2019 contract between West Virginia Division of Corrections and Rehabilitations and Global Tellink, the leading Illuminati phone service, email service, video visitation service provider, private corporation conglomeration making trillions of dollars off of the hardships and suffering of those who are locked up. I don't know if they're necessarily making trillions, but they're making a lot of money, and they charge an arm and a leg. Under a new contract between the prisons and Global Tellink, the company that is providing electronic multimedia tablets to 10 West Virginia prisons, inmates will now be charged 3 cents a minute to read books, even though the books all come from Project Gutenberg. I don't know what that is. A free online library of more than 60,000 texts in the public domain. Well, that's what it is. And oh my God, they just said all of these books are coming from a website where the books are free. Isn't that illegal? To take something that is free and to try to resell that? Not for resale? I see it on packs of candy all the time. The West Virginia Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation says the tablets provide access to educational materials, incentives for good behavior, and an easy way to stay in touch with loved ones, but not a cheap one. You better have some money. If you ain't got no money, you ain't gonna stay in touch. Think about that. Think how crazy that is. It's gonna cost you, and it always does, to stay in contact with your family. And if you ain't got no money, you ain't got no contact, then what? You're right. You're alone. Girl probably leave you. Family goes on with their life and you feel forgotten. You might not be wanting to change your ways. That might have you thinking all sorts of crazy thoughts. If you pause to think or reflect while reading, that will cost you, says Katie Ryan, the group's founder. She's the founder of the Appalachian Prison Book Project, who says that this is absolutely exploitative. And she's right about that. If you want to reread a book, you will pay the entire cost again. This is about generating revenue for the state and profit for the industry. Tablets under non-predatory terms could be a very good thing inside prisons, but the global tel-link does not provide that. And I'm wondering what she means by they don't provide that. A good thing inside the prison? They don't, because they provide an expensive thing instead. According to the contract detailed by Appalachian Prison Book Project, using the tablets will cost 5 cents per minute, currently discounted to 3 cents. Why is that? Because it's the holidays? But for 3 cents a minute, you can read books, listen to music, or play games. 25 cents per minute for video visitation, 25 cents per written message, and 50 cents to send a photo with a message. You know, they're giving prisoners the ability to be able to do a lot more inside of prison. Play games on a mobile device. I'm ready to go back to prison just thinking about that. Send a photo along with a message just like that. Be able to get a video visit probably, well, I would hope, pretty quick as well. But again, it's all for some sort of a cost. And just imagine how much money companies like this Global Tel-Link are making, you know, with this. They're making a killing. I wonder what the owner of Global Tel-Link's net worth is. The Prison Policy Initiative estimated in 2017 that wages in West Virginia prisons range between 4 cents to 58 cents an hour. My God! If you're making 4 cents an hour and a ramen noodle soup costs 33 cents, you gotta work 8 hours. 8 hours to be able to afford one ramen noodle soup, making 4 cents an hour. I'm not working for that. I don't care what it is. God, can you imagine that? And you think you got a bad job out here. Try being that guy up in West Virginia right now who's making 4 cents an hour and who's got to work an entire 8-hour day just to be able to get a one-top ramen, chicken-flavored ramen noodle. Damn, that's not... Oh, my God. Boy, when you think about it like that, that is... Be grateful. Be grateful. And some of y'all think prison's cool. That's where you want to go? Now, in a statement, the West Virginia Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation said that no prisoners are being forced to use these tablets, but of course, they're going to want to use them. Boy, they got the new Zelda game on their tablet. Hey, think about this, too. Let's go back to that 4 cents. If it's costing you 3 cents a minute to be able to read a book, what if you're making 4 cents an hour? That's your prison job. That's what it's paying. You work 8 hours a day. You can read a book after that for like 8 or 9 minutes. Maybe 10. You've worked a whole day just to be able to read a book for 10 minutes. Now, they say that no prisoners are being forced to use these tablets, and they also try to justify this by saying, in addition, the 5% commission that they're taking out of this, for whatever, will go toward a fund at each prison that inmates use for such things as paying for the cable TV and hosting open house visitation events for families. Well, if it takes 8 hours to be able to afford one ramen noodle making 4 cents an hour, how long do you think it's going to take for them to be able to afford this open house visitation thing with this money that they're taking out of charging prisoners to use these tablets to read a book? Because again, like I said, I hope ain't no prisoners reading no books on no tablets. No, don't do it. Go get you a hardback. I don't know anybody who's reading a book on a tablet out here in the free world for free. I know there are, but I'm not. Ain't nobody worried about your stinking funky ass tablets. Yeah, man, I can't believe they doing this. 4 cents an hour? Forget how much they charging to read a book. I can't believe prisoners are only making that. Damn, that's crazy. They also said the agency is not restricting purchases or donations of regular printed books. That's what they say now. But I can guarantee you, bet your bottom dollar, before long, paperback books ain't gonna be allowed up in the prison. You ain't gonna be getting no physical snail mail, and you damn sure ain't gonna be getting no books. All gonna be on a tablet, or a kiosk, or your little JP 4, 5, 6, 10 player, whatever they come out with. And they ain't worried about saving no trees neither. That's not the reason for this. The reason for this, what they'll say is to cut down on the contraband. But ultimately, we're seeing proof right here in this story. It's about how much money they can make. And this is just another way for them to be able to do so. And everything that I just said right there is what they go on to say right here. They say, there's been a troubling trend in other parts of the country of prisons restricting book donations and forcing inmates to purchase books through pre-approved vendors or to use electronic tablets provided by private contractors like GTL and JPay. This is what's happening with prisons, folks. Prison is nowhere that you want to be. It used to be, but not no more. Nowadays, man, prison ain't nobody got time for that. The story goes on to talk about how many other states are banning books and what books are banned and how all of this is leading toward electronic mail and electronic book services. Pennsylvania, Washington, and 3 other prisons in New York all attempted similar bans on donations of used books to inmates, then relented under citizen pressure. The prison cited security concerns over contraband, but new investigations showed there was little actual evidence of smuggling via donated dictionaries. Last year, Florida inked a contract with JPay to provide multimedia tablets to inmates, and when they did this, the inmates were forced to return their MP3, MP4, JP4, JP5 players they had purchased with all of the music and media that they had on those things that they purchased as well. And when I was locked up and these JP4s and 5s were just coming out, I knew dudes who were spending thousands. That's right. Thousands of dollars in prison on music. Can you imagine doing that just to have them take that away from you? Because they want to give you one for free where they can basically start all over with this. Pennsylvania also pays a private contractor $4 million a year for digitalized mail services where letters to inmates are scanned and sent to the inmates as black and white photocopies while original letters are destroyed. $4 million a year? Whoever thought of that idea is a genius. And they're making all the damn money. But I wonder how much contraband they've actually ran across since doing this. Probably none, because prisoners know this is what's taking place. Now don't get me wrong. Mail is most certainly a major way for contraband to come through. It's most certainly a major way that it has and it will come through. And some private contractor has found a way to turn this into their absolute cash crop, charging $4 million a year to go through that mail, photocopy it, send those photocopies to the prisoners, destroying the regular mail. But keep this in mind. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can take away the mail. You can take away the visits. You can take away the books. But damn it, they still gonna find a way. And let me tell you what way they'll never be able to stop. And that's the cops. You're never gonna be able to stop the cops. Because just as you've got contractors and greedy corporations out there trying to nickel and dime and squeeze the 4 cents an hour a prisoner's making out of them, everybody's out for the money. It might not be everybody, but there's a lot of people who are moved in such a way because of some sort of a financial gain. And there's always gonna be a dirty cop or 2 or 10. So what are y'all gonna do next? Hire robots to work up? Let me stop giving y'all ideas. This story wraps up saying that all of this is very sad. I agree with that as well. You know, it is what it is. You know how you stop this and how you put these type of companies out of business? You stop getting in trouble and going to prison. Because we can't expect anything less. Prison's never going to be a cakewalk. It's never going to be sweet. It used to be. It's not anymore. Somebody would comment and say that all of this is very sad. I completely agree with that. And they also tried to reach out to Global Tel-Link to get their statement for this article. And of course, they say that they did not immediately respond to a request for comment. I wonder if we could get the CEO of Global Tel-Link to do an interview here on the After Prison Show. That would be an interesting one. Folks, I wanted to share this story with you because I feel like this is something you need to be made aware of. And that is the fact that when it comes to prison, there's always somebody who's trying to make money off of your suffering. And the only way to prevent that is to not go there. So do whatever you got to do to stay out of trouble. But with all of that, I really want to hear what you guys think about this. So please leave a like and a comment on this video letting me know just that. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!